Hey y'all, welcome back. Today, we're continuing yesterday's video and planting out all the seeds that need to be direct seeded first outside. Then we're gonna head inside and plant up some seeds in their starting trays. So let's get right into it. Okay, we're here in the brick flower bed, and I just in here around a few of my bulbs that are coming up have dug some free space in the mulch. And on this side, I'm gonna plant in our Detroit red beet. So let's set you guys up over there. And let's plant some seeds. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of these into my hand and just chaos sprinkle them all in this area. And then very lightly throw the mulch back over it. And then we'll move to the other side where we'll plant the radishes. Let's move on over to the other corner. Clear some space. Let's get down here. Clear all this pesky mulch out of the way. Which I do have more bulbs over here, but they have not started to pop up at all. So that's a bit concerning. So now that I've cleared out this corner, let's take our early Scarlet Globe radish. And again, I'm just gonna sprinkle them into the soil pretty loosely. Spread them about with my fingers a little bit. Oh, we got one bulb coming up. Oh, two. Oh, I must have planted them pretty far over. Farther than I thought. Okay, throw light bit of mulch back down. And we're done with beets and radishes. Here in front of this little section of cucumbers and a few along that flower bed, we're gonna plant out the jewel mitts nasturtium. Let's get right into it. Come down here, gotta pull some weeds. I mean, the cucumbers are looking really good. Something keeps digging in here. I gotta get some mold traps back out here. But the cucumbers are looking good. So let's move away some of this mulch and plant in a few nasturtium. Hello. A few in there. Throw the mulch back over it. And those are planted. Then over in this lawn bed, I'm gonna pull pretty much a good chunk here in this corner. Almost this entire thing pretty much. So let's get to it. Okay, I've moved this whole bit of mulch. Come in here and just sprinkle these nasturtiums all in here. Move them around with my fingers and lay that thin layer of mulch back on them. And then check on my other bulbs, which don't seem to be coming up, which is getting a little concerning. Okay, y'all. Now we're inside. We're gonna start some seeds, the rest of the seeds inside. I have a collection of, so we have styrofoam cups, a random pot, and then a bunch of these halves of Michelob Ultra beer cans. They were great because every can can be 2 pots, and this just goes to show you that you don't need fancy equipment to start seeds. You just need dirt, something to hold the dirt, and your seed, and water. So I'm just going to come in here and let's start. I'm going to start with the Maximilian Sunflower. So we'll bust her open. And I'm gonna do a bigger container because all of these are gonna get started. So I'm gonna use this one. No, actually, I'm gonna use the little pot. Pull the top layer of dirt off and just sprinkle some of those seeds in. All of them seeds in. Shift them around, put the dirt back on top. Water. Humidity, so we're gonna use some saran wrap that I am reusing just for this. I reuse these pieces like 3 or 4 times each. But you can get really nice beeswax wraps that are really reusable, but they can be pretty pricey. So this is a nice way to use the wasteful plastics that we already have in a non-wasteful manner. Now I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna have to do it on a piece of paper because it won't definitely not show up on this black pot. Stick our label in, and then she will go under the grow light. Okay, next up we'll do our 2 carnations in 2 of the white pots. So first is our Grenadine King of Blacks purple carnation. Gorgeous carnation. About a 1/2 inch deep, so I'm just gonna pull that little top layer of soil aside. Fluff the soil. And then I'm just gonna throw all of these seeds in. All of the the peanut glass carnations. Rest of the soil. Get my saran wrap ready. Water. Humidity. I'm gonna need a bigger piece. Okay. Water. Humidity. And label. Okay. Grenadine carnation set up. Next, we're going to do the Jean Diosis white carnation. Again, pull that little top bit of soil off, pop it down, rip the top, and again I'm going to plant this whole packet in here. Get them in there, spread them out. And put that little bit of soil back on top. Water. Humidity. And label. Okay, next, the giant McKenna Mix Columbine. This seed art is just so pretty. I love it so much. She's gonna go into a little one. How deep does she like to be planted? Just barely, so I'm just gonna tap her into the soil. And then I'm probably not gonna do all of these seeds to this small little cup. We'll do a good bit. Sprinkle them around. Push them in. Let me grab some more soil. Sprinkle that on there. A bit more. Got a little bit of this extra soil left. There we go. Sprinkle her down. Since we're not using this whole seed packet, fold it, put it in seed storage. I need to wipe my hand off. I use the same soil base that I use for my pet ball python. Potato, he's my baby. And then when I was refilling his soil yesterday, whatever was left in this little bit of water here, I just strained out, and that's where all of this soil base came from. And then I add a bit of Basic Seed Starting Mix, so a little bit more chunked, a little bit more water retention, and then a little bit of moss, sphagnum moss. Yes. Okay, it's watered. get our humidity. So these are the 3 things that you should always do in seed starting: water, humidity, label. And don't be the gardener that's gonna be like, I will remember what I planted, because sugar, you won't. You won't remember what you planted. We never do. What was this? This was the columbine. Columbine. Okay, put her over. Let's do the Shasta Daisy Alaska. Very pretty. This is our second set, so we've already got some started, but I'm starting some more because I have a very large area of it that I want to plant out. So we're going to use a large cup. Pull the soil aside. All of the Shasta Daisy Alaska. And then there's a couple big clumps in here because the basements that I use is peat moss. Not peat moss. No, not peat moss. Cocoa fiber and cocoa chips. That's what I use in my ball python's tank. And so sometimes some of those cocoa chips get thrown in the base that I use for the seed starting mix too. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but the more of those cocoa chips that are in your seed starting mix, the faster it's going to dry out. The more that's in there, the more it will dry out. So you want to be very careful. With how you do that. Okay, next up, let's do some rose aster. Very pretty. I'll probably do the whole packet. Because these are quite a tiny, dainty seed. I'm just gonna pull a little bit of that soil to spring back over it. And I save all of my empty seed packets so that I remember exact varieties that I grow, just in case I fall in love with that variety and want to grow it again. And before you go, isn't there a waste of space? Just keep your order tracker. I don't care. Those little pieces of paper, you lay them flat in a drawer somewhere, and you have them just in case. Okay, rose aster does not want to have humidity, apparently. Come on. Humidicize. Let's put a bigger piece on. There we go. Okay, next up, the Envy Zinnia. Beautiful Zinnia. Let's bust right on in her. Whoa. Not like that. Not like that. Calm down. Oh, fuck yeah, too, I guess. Oh, I forgot how big these seeds are. We'll do only a couple in there. Get the soil on top. And then save some of these. Water. Humidity. Label. Okay, next up the copper red straw flower. Super pretty straw flower. Let's break right in here. Pull some of that soil, fluff our soil. Ripper. Okay, she wants to be surface sown, so I'm actually not going to hold on to that little bit of soil. And then again, I'm just gonna sprinkle her all on in there. Pat her down, give her a nice water. And if this noise bothers you, I'm sorry. Think of it as ripping your mother-in-law's head off. I don't care. Let me pick up a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna start some... what should we start next? Give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna go right in with our Tulsi basil. Super excited about this one. So let's pop those seeds in, surface sown, Tulsi basil. Get her nice and in there and save some of that nice Tulsi basil. I need my scissors, which I put right. You know what I can use though is my knife. Okay, we have the knife. Remember, water. Humidity. Dulce. Bravo. Okay, I'm gonna score this so that I can get in there and rip the excess off of here too. And so that we can start our French time. Ooh, I love when they come in the little packets. When the seeds are so fine that they have to be collected and dispersed in a tiny packet. Give them a gentle tap in. Put the extras in the box. Water. And humidity. And label. French. Okay. I've got 4 more things and only 3 more pots, which is okay because the other one is a pumpkin. Okay, next up are Spilanthes, or our toothache plant. This one I'm excited about. Let me make an adjustment to our little, let's spill soil all over myself, apparently. Don't you just love being a gardener? Okay. Spilanthes. High sugar. Let's bust right. And I'm just going to sprinkle this whole dumb packet in there. Add them in. Water. Humidity. Actually, take it down just a hair more. Just a hair. Now, humidity. Jeez, I feel like the skin lady in Doctor Who. Moisturize me, moisturize me. Okay, humidity and label. Okay, we're moving into our final two. Italian oregano. You need your Italian oregano. Trust me. Another little packet. Might as well start the whole thing of oregano. Pat them in since they're surface seeds. Water. And a bit of humidity. And finally, make another adjustment here. Our bouquet dill. I'm actually gonna pull a little bit of, actually no, I don't need to pull the soil up. I got some soil left. And there is a lot in this seed packet, so I'm just gonna start as many that will fit into this little pot, into this little seed cell, and save the rest. Top it off, pat it down, water, and humidity. Final one, guys. That was dill. Okay. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Like, subscribe, do all that. And I will see you another day, another time, back in the garden. Happy growing. Oh wait, real quick. Use my Epic Gardening affiliate link in the description below or my YouTube bio for no extra charge to you, but I do earn small commissions. Please and thank you. Bye-bye, y'all.